Yo, what's up guys, it's FullySpaced here, and today I'm going to be creating a Hobbit hole in 10 minutes. Now this 10-minute challenge has become quite one of the more popular things on my channel. People generally seem to like it for some reason. I'm not really sure why, but if you do, then feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy my content. It is free, you can unsubscribe at any time. I think my average ratio of sub to non-sub is quite low, so I don't really appreciate that. But yeah, we're going to be creating a Hobbit hole in 10 minutes. If you guys have any suggestions for what kind of videos I should do in the comment section below, feel free. You can even give me some suggestions for the 10-minute challenge or some suggestions on what I should do in my hardcore world, as I did leave a previous kind of little message in my hardcore thing about that. But anyway, we'll get into this video in 3, 2, 1, go. Right, we're going to start this by getting our blocks, and what I'm going to do is get some logs and create a frame first. I believe I'll create something like a log with barrels. Now creating that probably is going to have to be on like a smaller scale. I don't want anything too big. Obviously I have had previous issues with creating this before, where creating something like a larger build in 10 minutes generally takes quite a long time and you can't get as much done. Now I've got a terraform here too, so I'm thinking that that's going to take even longer, due to the fact that I'm going to have to custom terraform and I'm not just terraforming it into a build. Now I'm going to create these pillars up to this 4 high and then just connect them up using the barrels as well, although I feel like I'm going to have to extend these later on. If I can move them 1 wider maybe. I might have to do that later in the build if I can move those 1 wider, so I can create an actual door frame with some stairs and trapdoors. I'm not really sure how that's going to work. I don't know, I'll have to see when I get around to doing it, but for now we're just going to have to place a load of grass and kind of fill up this space here, see what we can do and get really out of it. I've got to try and fill up around these edges and still keep a custom kind of effect to it and not just kind of go down and down and down and it ends up looking like a pyramid. I still want it to be very custom. That's the only downside to creating custom terrain. There isn't really too much of a downside. Custom terrain is good fun, and it definitely makes your world look a lot better. It is quite time consuming, a bit boring, and overall it's generally just not a pleasant experience. If you enjoy terraforming, then you might have a good time doing it. Personally I don't. I just rather build on something that's already terraformed, but I understand that there are times where you need to terraform in order to create something that looks better than what it would originally be. So if I built something on an original Minecraft generated world, it's not going to look as good as if I've terraformed it myself. And the Minecraft general chunk building, or the way it creates the world, it generally just doesn't look quite as good. Now this front part's going to be hard to do. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with it. Maybe creating something like an overhang here is my best bet. I'm not really sure. Maybe come back to this in a bit because I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with it, but I'm just going to fill in the rest of this. I don't have too much time, but we're already a couple of minutes in, and we're looking a bit on the edge, but you know what, it's not too bad. We're pretty much there with the terraforming anyway. We just got to head around this back piece and connect up the kind of bottoms and just give it a bit of a custom terrain. Probably bone meal it later as well because it's going to look very dry and dead on a flat world compared to your generated worlds. That's 10 minutes terraforming is not a lot of time to make things looking crisp and clean, but I can do what I can. I can do the best I can, shall I say, with this, and hopefully give you guys some inspiration and kind of show you what you can do in 10 minutes. Obviously 10 minutes in the creative world is a lot more than 10 minutes in a survival world. You're probably looking at something like 20 to 30 minutes in survival, unless you have all materials on deck with scaffolding, elytras and things. Then you can probably do something like this in that time, maybe a bit longer. I think it would take you a couple minutes longer due to the fact you would have to climb up things. But this isn't looking so bad. I mean, it's not the best thing I've seen, but it's it's a start, and now we've got the start down, we can really begin working on the actual build itself. Now what I want to do is kind of set up a middle point where we're going to have the door. So I'm going to maybe get a stair here and then put a door underneath it. That's probably what I'm going to think of doing here. So we'll put a spruce door underneath. Then we've got 2 spaces to the side. Now I'm thinking if we can move these pillars out, we get more space. Otherwise we're going to have something that looks like a really messed up square like this, and it's not really going to be good for a window. We want a trapdoor in between, so I think we're going to have to move this back because that's just going to look horrendous. We can't have that all this way around. So if we move it back by 1 like this, maybe? Yeah, so if we break that and move this back, I think we're going to have to move the pillars on the inside. This is what I mean with 10 minutes. You don't have a lot of time. and you've kind of got a plan as you're building. You don't really have something pre-planned, but it is good fun, gets your brain working, but it does become a bit of a mess, as you will see right here. I've got basically a frame, but I need to move these pillars now, so thankfully I've terraformed just in the right way. I can kind of move these back a bit, and then I can do the same on this side here and not break the terraforming above. And then I'm going to have to move these back pillars, these central points. I could connect them up, but I think I might have to lower them, because otherwise if I break that block there, that takes me straight to the outside. And once again, only downside to terraforming, that's going to take me straight outside. So I'm going to have to go across like this, move these pillars back like so, and then do the same on this side too. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough time already, looking at this, if I have enough time to do interior, because I've taken so long to do this. So what I'm going to have to do here is just kind of roughly fill in the inside. We're going to use planks for this, and I'm just going to go around this part here, fill it in with planks, and around the other corners. Now, obviously, if we're doing this in survival, we're probably going to need some lighting for those back pieces, so mobs don't spawn in there. Just a quick tip for you guys. Obviously, I'm being creative. This is my build world, so I generally have mobs disabled and all other game modes like fire tick and things disabled, just because I don't fancy anything burning. And also my game never cycles from daylight. It always stays day unless I change it myself. So yeah, that is one thing to take into consideration as well. The bonuses of playing in a build world, you can set it how you want it. So yeah, but anyway, I'm going to continue with this and put up the window frames here like so. And now we've got the slanted roof. I've got some window frames set in. Now I think I'm going to have to change those to, I've got a trap door here. Yeah, I'm going to have to change, oh, I broke the door. I'm going to have to change these planks to stairs so I can fit the windows in there, and I think we'll be good. So something like this isn't looking so bad. It is looking quite weird. I think I'm going to have to get the glass and then put the stairs here, and then a stair above, and then glass in between. That should give it a bit more detail and look a bit better. Hopefully anyway. Something like that. Okay, we're not looking so bad now. Obviously the terraforming above is looking a bit ropey. I could have like a pillar, so maybe like a pillar that goes down with logs from there, maybe. I should probably not be playing around with this too much. No, I'm gonna have to like break that, trim it back maybe, and then we can use like yeah, I think I'm gonna have to trim this back and use campfires and trapdoors. I'm gonna go with that. Might be my best bet. Campfires and trapdoors across the top there, and then maybe some fences with some stone at the bottom, I'm thinking. So maybe like a front porch type thing, overhang type thing here. That's going to be my best bet, I think. Yeah, something like this, which is quite fun to do. And then we clear those out, close these trapdoors, and then I think I'm going to have to add the fences and the walls on the bottom, like so. Yeah, and then get some walls, and that'll be perfect for just a little kind of upholding. I guess I could add some gates across as well. There is, if I want to. But for now, I'm just going to, stick with this. This will do. And gonna add a bit more detail. Now, do I want to detail the inside or the outside? Now, personally, I'm feeling the outside. Inside, it's doable. From the outside right now, it's looking very on edge. The inside, we could potentially add the flooring in. It might be like the only thing I can really do. No, I think maybe. No, I think I'm going to scrap it. I think I'm going to scrap doing this. And I'm actually going to continue with the outside, because the outside looks better. It's what you're going to see the most as well. You're not really going to see the inside until later on. The inside is something you can always do later date. But as we're building something strictly in 10 minutes, I think focusing on the exterior is going to be what's worth it here, instead of doing the interior. As much as I do enjoy creating interior, I think the exterior is more important for now. So I'm going to add those composters, chains there, just bone meal the area, give it some life, because obviously super flat world, no kind of grass, it looks very dead and boring. Probably could add like a tree or something on top or around it too, some trees. Don't really think I have enough time to do that, and some paths. I might be able to add a path in, which would be a nice little detail. So we can add like a path in. Coarse, maybe coarse, cobble and gravel. That will do. And then just spam down some blocks, and hopefully I don't mess this up too much. I've already messed out there, but well, I'll fix it in a minute. Something like this. And then if we grab the grass block, we should be able to fix this up. Yeah, I should be able to fix this with a grass block easy. So if I grab the grass block, fix up a few of these holes here and there. That's not looking too bad. Little path, nothing special. We can have some gates across like I was talking about earlier as well, and they will raise because of the stone walls, so that's looking pretty cool. What else can we do here? We could add some walls with lanterns on, I guess. Yeah, kind of leading you into the property. And then from here, I think we're pretty much out of time. I haven't actually checked my timer. I think we're almost out of time. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. It's not looking so bad. I think what I'm missing really is something like a chimney I could add. That would be pretty cool. So for now, you know, this is pretty much it. 10 minutes, I'd say. Yeah, finishing the floor. Hopefully I have enough time. I can't actually see my timer, so I'll check that in a minute, but I believe we're almost at 10 minutes. I saw it a minute ago. But yeah, I think that's 10 minutes. I think that was pretty much 10 minutes. The only downside to this is I think I would have added a chimney. Now I might add that in. Obviously that build over there is looking a bit more better than this one for 10 minutes. That was my previous 10-minute build. There are some other ones around here. I'm not really sure where. I've got so much stuff in this world, I'm not actually sure where it all is, but it's not looking so bad for 10 minutes. Inside is kind of complete. Obviously didn't get to time to interior, but it's looking okay. We could add trapdoors and slabs at the top there to cover up that dirt as well. And the one thing I wish I kind of did add is the little chimney, so I'm going to add it anyway, just for a little bonus for you guys. Just think it really creates the Hobbit hole, and I wish I actually kept it and did it first, so we had it. There wasn't really, I could have done this instead of created the floor inside, which I guess was my biggest downfall of deciding what to do. Once again, I am limited by time during this challenge, so my brain is kind of thinking about other things than what maybe is important here, but it's all fun and games, so just learning and enjoying myself playing the game. And hopefully you guys are enjoying me see like the creative side and the creative process of me doing these things, and hopefully you gain some tips and tricks in the process of this that kind of help you improve your builds. And yeah, I've done a lot of talking. I just realized so much talking on this video, but you know what, I had great fun with this one, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If so, don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe for more content. Feel free to leave me some suggestions in the comments below. As you know, I just want some ideas of what I can do in the channel, some things that you guys want to see, and you know, really kind of go out at YouTube this year, and hopefully we can go to some cool places. And peace.